And so it says copy the first three columns of data into the match pairs applet from StackCrunch. So our StackCrunch, so let's close all this up. The first three columns are just the original columns we had. So these three. So not the column that we created. So just the first three columns. But let's go ahead and open our match pairs applet. So go to your applets page and click on match pairs. And here it is. And so we want to clear what we have, what's there. And now let's go to StackCrunch and copy. Now we don't need the names. So just start at row 1. Oops, row 1. And copy the first three columns. So not the column we just created, but the original set. So Control C or Command C and go to match pairs and Control V or Command V if you're on a Mac and click on use data. And notice that it should say 16. We have 16 students and here's our data and it looks very small. So here's the mean for the cell phone driving, the mean for the control group, and standard deviation, and the black one is the mean of the differences. So this matches what we had from StackCrunch. But notice, so what this does is it matches the individual. So for example, this lines, this red square or box, yeah, it's a square, with, where is it? This blue are essentially the same, represent the same person. So this person, while they were just listening to music or driving with audiobook, their reaction time to press on the brake after seeing the red light was 520 milliseconds versus when they were talking on a cell phone, that number went to over 660, so about 670 milliseconds. So that's a pretty big difference. So that's what this applet does. It matches the observational unit with their two outcomes in the control group versus the treatment group. And for the next part, you're going to do the simulation. So you're going to click on randomize. And on the handout, it tells you to do it one time. Let me go back to the handout. So it's trying to simulate the null hypothesis, which means that it doesn't matter whether a student is talking on a cell phone or not. The reaction time should not be affected. So since we want to simulate that, what this does is it's gonna switch. If it's heads, it's gonna switch them, and if it's tails, it's gonna stay the same, or the other way around. I can't read. And so if we randomize, so click randomize, and notice what it does. So this one got swapped, and there are a few that are getting switched. So this is to simulate that it doesn't matter whether you get heads or whether you're driving a cell phone or not. And so this is what the new match pair looks like. So it's trying to simulate that there's no difference, that it doesn't matter whether you're driving while talking on a cell phone or just listening to music. And so let's do it for a total of 1,000 times. So you'll put 999. And let's unclick animate so that we don't see the coins flipping every time. If you leave it as unanimate, you're going to be here for a long time. So unclick animate and then randomize. And it does it all, and it has our null distribution. And just as with any applet, you will find your p-value from here using the statistic that we found from the handout. And the handout has more details and the answers, so please be sure that you check that. I just wanted to show you with the applet and StatCrunch how to use it.